Welcome friends to the GIS Station channel. Today we are going to discuss how to perform supervised image classification in QGIS, and as well as we are also learn how to use the swap function between two rasters or two vectors in QGIS. And in the process of supervised image classification, we have to perform many other algorithms, tools which are very essential to learn in the platform of GIS and remote sensing. So without any further ado, let's jump into the tutorial. But one thing I have to tell you all, that please see the full video so that it will help you to learn every step and you will perform this type of process without any error. Welcome back you all. So first of all, we need to download any satellite data. So there are various type of websites available there from where you're supposed to download satellite data. Maybe it's Landsat 8 or maybe it is Sentinel-2. Various types of websites are there. The universal website for satellite data downloading is USGS Earth Explorer. It is the universal website for download any type of satellite data, and you can also use the specific website. I am going to download the Sentinel-2 satellite data. You're supposed to download the Sentinel-2 data by using scihub.copernicus.eu. From here you can easily download the raw satellite data of Sentinel-2 satellite. It is also open source software. You need to just locate your area of interest and then give some criteria over there and then search the data. So I am going to select my area of interest, and this is my area of interest. And now from these three lines, I have to add some criteria, which is the sensing periods. I have to download, maybe I'm going to download the data from January 2022. Okay, for the time being I'm going to choose April 2020, and here is the satellites Sentinel. Here you can find Sentinel-1 data also, but in the website of USGS I think you can find the Sentinel-1 data. It's provide only Sentinel-2 satellite data, but here in the website of scihub.copernicus.eu is supposed to download Sentinel-1 data as well. So our concern is Sentinel-2. Sentinel-1 data is basically synthetic aperture radar data, which is used for flood mapping or this type of things which related to radar data. So I am going to download the Sentinel-2 satellite data, Sentinel-2A S2A, and search the data. And also you have to log in with your credentials. If you don't have any account in Copernicus Open Access Hub, then you have to sign up yourself first. From here you can sign up easily. It's also an open source website. You can sign up here, and by using your credential you can easily log in to your account, and you're supposed to download Sentinel-1 or 2 or 3 satellite data without any cost. And the main thing is that it's a raw data. You will get the all the bands of Sentinel-2 satellite. Now we have to manually select our area of interest by clicking this navigation button. So it's switch from navigation to area selection. Click this button and then normally left click over your area of interest. So my area of interest is this region. I am going to select my area of interest, and by double click over any portion you supposed to close your polygon. And now select the dates, and I'm going to select February 2020, and now select the satellite, and now click on search. It will give you some results, and based on the results, you can find your suitable option and download the selected one. Very easy process. You just need to create an account in Copernicus website and download your satellite data. It will take some time. So okay, I am going to show you another thing. There is a wonderful website which is Sentinel Hub Playground. From here, it is basically only for visualization. Here you are supposed to view the Sentinel-2 satellite data in various type of band combinations, and also the dates of capturing the satellite data. These highlighted dates are the capturing date, satellite capturing date. As you can see, these highlighted dates are satellite capturing date, and you supposed to give cloud percentage from here. So I'm going to show you the data. This is the data of August 2020. See, and you supposed to apply various type of band combination here without downloading the specific satellite data. It is the false color combination, and you can also see the bands here. Its band combination is 843. This is false color combination. This is agricultural combination, and there is moisture index also available here. Yeah, very much moisture is available out there because this is it's a rainy season out there. So all portions are represents as blue. Blue represents here as moisture. The more blue represent the more moisture, and it is SWIR. It is only for visualization. You can for visualization purpose you can use this website. You can also use the radar data from here, the DEM data, Landsat 8, Sentinel-2, and also the MODIS satellite data. So we are back to our website, and as you can see, I have find some data, satellite data, and with specific dates. It is 2020, 29th February 2020, and cloud percentage is I think very less here. You can view the product by clicking over this eye icon here. See, cloud percentage is very low, and from this download button you are supposed to download your satellite data. After downloading the satellite data, you will find this type of compressed folder in your specific downloaded location, and then you have to extract the folder with any RAR software like WinRAR or WinZip. Download the extract the downloaded file, and you will get this type of folder, and under this folder you will find your satellite data, image data, IMG data. This is 10-meter resolution data, this is 20-meter resolution data, and this is 60-meter resolution data. All bands are not available in same resolution, same spectral resolution. For Sentinel-2 satellite data, we will get 10-meter resolution for the basic layers, basic bands, band RGB 234, and the near infrared, the NIR band, which is band 8 for Sentinel-2. It may be different for different type of satellite data, and we are going to add the satellite data in our QGIS platform. QGIS is a wonderful platform for preparing your maps. So in the case of processing of spatial data, we need to install a plugin which is semi-automatic classification plugin. You know, it's a free plugin. You have to install this plugin by using the plugin manager. Simply search the plugin and install the plugin without any issue. It will install in your software. Semi-automatic classification PI. Install the plugin. I have already installed the plugin. That's why it gives a tick mark over here. And I have already downloaded the file, and now we have to merge all our bands all our downloaded bands in a single file. So for this purpose we need to open our semi-automatic classification PI, or you can use the semi-automatic classification menu from the menu bar. This is the semi-automatic classification menu. After installing the plugin, you will get this menu in your menu bar. Select this option, and from here you will find the option which is called band set. After opening the band set menu, you will find this type of window on your screen. From here you have to select the separate bands. I am going to select band 3, 4, 8 and band number 2 of Sentinel to satellite, and as you can see it will add a new band set which is called band set 1, and also added the selected 4 bands. I am going to move the band according to their order: band number 2, band number 3, band number 4 and band number 8. And now band order, select it as band order, and must click here, check this box, because so that it will create a new raster band with all the properties of these 4 separate bands, and click on run, and it will ask you for a output location. Select the output location. I'm going to export it in the same folder, and it will take some time, and it also depends on your computer processing power, so don't interrupt the process. And I am going to skip the video. Okay, after completion of the process you will get this type of result, and it will create a new band, rename the it will create a new layer with all the properties of these 4 layers. So we are going to give the file name as stack band 2, 3, 4 and 8, and also delete the other bands. If you check the properties of the new stack band, you can find all the properties are available in the new band, new stack layer. So now we have to crop our area of interest, because this is the total tiles of Sentinel-2 satellite. If I perform supervised image classification in the entire tiles, it will take much more time, and for the tutorial purpose I have to crop the raster layer so that it will take less time, and I am going to crop the stack band. So if you want to crop the raster layer or any type of raster layer, maybe it's a data of Landsat 8 or MODIS or DEM data, the process is same for all type of raster data. You just need to go to processing and find the toolbox, or alternatively you can press Alt+T. And by the way, the shortcut you are viewing on your screen of toolbox, that Alt+8, it's not a default shortcut. I have manually assigned it for toolbox. If you want to assign any shortcut key of any menu in QGIS, you just need to go to settings, and from here you will find an option which is called shortcut, and from here you're supposed to add shortcut keys. You can supposed to assign shortcut keys of any menu in QGIS. So I'm going to press Alt+T from the keyboard, and from here I'll type clip. Under the GDAL option you will find this clip raster by extend, or there is another option which is called clip raster by mask layer. When you supposed to clip any raster layer by using any specific shape layer or any boundary layer, you have to use this option. Because I don't have any type of boundary layer or any type of shape layer, I am going to use the other one, which is clip raster by extend. It will perform like the portion which are viewing on the screen right now is the area of extend. So if I select this option and select the input layer, and choose the clipping extent as use map canvas as extent. Select this option. It will take all the coordinates of this 4 corner and select the output location. I'm going to select the output location and specific folder, that clip supervised image classification. Click on save and click on run. It will take some time and you will get a new raster layer. Close the processing toolbox and we are going to delete these tag bands. See, we'll get the cropped portion. So now we have to perform the supervised classification over this portion only. So for that purpose you need to install a plugin which is called semi-automatic classification plugin. Install the plugin from the plugin manager. Search for the plugin name semi-automatic classification PI, this one, and install the plugin. It's a free plugin and install the plugin. It's a wonderful plugin for processing any type of raster data in QGIS. So after installation of the plugin, you have to add the toolbar from the view panel and there is an option called SCP doc. SCP stands for semi-automatic classification plugin, and this type of doc you will get from here. For supervised image classification you have to create a new file for the training sample. From the input training input section, you have to create a new training input sample file. From here, give a file name training data. Oh sorry, I have missed one step, which is I have to set the bands again. I have to delete the clipped raster. Now go to SCP, click on band set and refresh this and delete all the bands. Now click on add again and click the clip SIC and click on remove this and click on run. You see, now we have to create a new training sample, training data. It will create a new file. Now we have to select our signature samples. So as you can see, this is the dense forest area. So we are going to give the micro class ID as forest and under the class ID type woodland and make sure these two options are checked. From this option, from the create ROI polygon option, you're supposed to create the specific area of woodland. Click on add. This will add the signature in the training sample. Now select another area. Take the samples as much as you can and complete the polygon by right clicking at the end. I am taking woodland samples of 4 portion, so it will give you a good result. Okay, now I have sampled woodlands of 4 different type of areas. So now I have to merge all the samples into one single sample. So select all the samples, training samples, and select all the layers by pressing the shift option and click on this option. It will merge all the selected ROIs. As you can see, it will create a new layer which is merged woodland, and I have to delete all the unmerged layers and rename the file name as woodland. And now we have to give another, we have to select another area. Okay, this is like grassland, so under the forest main class, or you can say micro class, under the micro class of forest we are going to add new class which is grassland, and select the desired location, and make sure you will select only the grassland only, don't select any extra area. There are many streams of river are there, so be precise here, don't select any other area. Basically woodland portions are not too much in the portion of satellite image, this portion of satellite image, so I think this is enough for now. Okay, these three layers are represents as grassland. I am going to merge it again and rename the merged layer as grassland, and delete the unmerged three layers. And now we have to select other areas. This is represents as urban area, so we are going to add another main class or micro class urban area, and this is like built up area. Select this built up areas. This is basically the residential areas. Select all the residential areas. You can use also the active ROI pointer. It will also act like this option, but it will work automatically. I have to select the distance, and then it will select the similar type of pixels automatically. I have to reduce the distance, so it will works nicely. These are the build-ups. Hello. Ha. So after selecting all the build-up areas, sampling all the build-up areas, we have to merge the build-up ROIs. So select all the build-ups by holding the shift button, and select the merge button over here, and click on yes, and let delete all the signature files, and let take the merged one and rename the file. And in the main class or micro class urban, we have also you can also enter the roads or the bridges or the anything like man-made creations are under the, or the hospitals, schools you can add in the main class of urban. Okay, now we are going to add the locations, the ROIs of tea garden. So we can add another main class or micro class which is TG, or you can say tea garden under the class, also write tea garden because I don't need more than one class under the main class, and select the tea garden. I think these are the tea garden areas. Okay, let me select. As you can see, the automatic selection tool is selected, so it's captured all the same pixel values pixels, but I don't want this type of selection right now. I'm going to select it manually. This person is represented as tea garden, so add, save signature, select another point. This portion will be good for sampling, add sample, and this portion is also good for tea garden sampling. Okay, now we have to merge the three samples by using the same process we have used earlier, and also delete the three samples, and rename the file name by double clicking over here. Okay, now if you want to view the supervised image classification area, just need to check the preview option and select this active classification preview pointer and increase some size. S represent for size, let's say 500 pixels, and click over any area. See, woodlands are represent very well, and also urban areas as well. Now we have to assign the river beds and other ROI values, so that it will present a very good classified image to use your any type of project. So for the learning purpose, we are going to export the final classified image by using this classification menu. If you want to create more training samples, no issues, you can create easily by selecting the river beds, create a main class and give name like river, and under the main class give class ID as class information as river or river bed or ponds or roads, anything you want. You have to you will give according to your choice. So for export the final classified image, you need to go to classification and select the class ID. Make sure don't select the main class ID. If you select main class ID, it will generate a classified image based on these three main class ID 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so make sure click on CID, and algorithm leave it as it is, minimum distance, and select the output location. On run, it will ask you for the output location. Give the file name as supervised image classification data and click on save. It will take some time and you will get your classified data. Now change the colors accordingly. These are the tea gardens, these are the woodland areas, these are the rivers, but as you can see, as we don't assign the rivers and river beds, it shows rivers and river beds as built-ups. So for the education purpose, this process are also applicable for all type of supervised image classification in QGIS. The more you add classes or ROIs, the better you get the result. So that's all for today. By using this method, you can easily reclass or classify any type of raster data of Sentinel-2 or Landsat 8 satellite images, and you can use it any type of your purposes. Let's delete the preview temporary files. This is our main files, and also delete this window. And one thing that is, you can use the training sample in any type of other classification, other image classification based on the selection you have saved in training data sample. And another thing that I have told you to show, that is the swap option. By default, the swap option is not available in QGIS. You have to install a plugin. By using that, you're supposed to use the swap option between two rasters. So for that purpose, you need to install a plugin. Go to the, open your plugin manager and just search for map swap tool. This is the tool. Install the plugin and you will get a icon over your toolbar. That is the icon. Make sure the raster layer is selected, and then select the map swap tool option, and simply just drag down to swap between your raster and your classified image, or two rasters, two different date of rasters, or two vectors, anything it is, it doesn't matter. But in the case of raster file, make sure that the raster file is selected from top to bottom or left to right, any direction you want. Just if you want to use swap option from up to down, then move your cursor upside of your raster, and for the right left, move in right corner. See, you can check your image classification or the change detection by using the swap option. It's a very useful tool. I don't know why QGIS don't add this function by default. In ArcGIS there is the option by default option, by using you can use this swap option, but in the case of QGIS you have to install this plugin. No issues, this is also a free plugin. Use this option, it's a very handy tool. Okay, thank you friends to watch my videos. Do subscribe to my channel and also share your comments. Thank you for watching. Jai Hind.